back to the channel once again, my friend. I'm so glad that you're here. And I'm back once again. I know I promised to be more frequent with the videos, and then my wife got sick and I couldn't do that. And then I promised I would be more frequent with the videos again. And then my wife was still sick and I couldn't deliver. And now my wife is actually getting better day by day. It's quite of a long journey to full health, but she's slowly getting there. And then I got a new job, and it's an entirely different kind of job. I've always been some kind of a teacher or working in a school or a kindergarten, and now this is more like a office job, a desk job. And there's been a lot of things about the job that I had to focus on, so the channel just took a step back. But we're not here to talk about my private life. I just wanted to show you or give you some kind of an update. But we're here to talk about Citizen today. And while we're talking about Citizen, we cannot not talk about Seiko. Because when it comes to value, bang for buck, value for money, I actually think that Citizen has the crown over Seiko there. And let's watch the unboxing and see what you think after the unboxing. So let's not spend any more time here looking at me.
Thank you, God!
Let's head on over to the table, guys. Glad to have you here. Let's go. Here we are back at the table, and here we have the Citizen box, and for some reason the instruction manual of the Echo Drive is outside of the box. It's not because I already have unboxed the watch. I haven't done that this time, as I said in the intro. It's because the instruction manual was actually outside of the box even when the watch came to me like this. I don't know why. I don't know why Citizen, they use these standard boxes for all of their watches, and for all of their watches in a certain price range, and I guess this couldn't fit inside of it, but it's kind of a yeah, I don't know, it's not the best thing. But anyway, instructions manual, Citizen box, and then inside of this cardboard box we have the Citizen proper box. Good thing there. Please recycle, proudly made with recyclable paper. That's a good thing. And now I'm wearing the Seiko chronograph here, and I'm wearing this for a reason. You're gonna see what the reason is when I unbox this one. Let's go. Oh, this, I mean, it's been sitting here for a week, and I have had some itchy fingers really wanting to open up this watch, but I said to myself I won't do it, and I didn't do it, and I'm proud of that. We have a Citizen whatever pamphlet. Thank you for purchasing this Citizen watch. Yeah, international warranty right there. Let's put that to the side. There we have the watch. I like this. I like this that they actually have put the watch in some bubble wrap there. Nothing in the box beside of the watch. We have the watch in there. Let's take it out. See if we can do this in a proper way. Let's remove the bubble wrap. There we have the Citizen, and you might know already why I chose to wear my speed timer. They are quite similar indeed. We have some cool cardboard paper here. Haven't seen this been done before. Nice. Let's see if we can just take it off like that. It's protecting the backside from the actual pillow thing. Yeah, let's take off the pillow thing. This is not an actual pillow, it's a plastic.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Yeah, whatever. CA4660-61A, caliber B620. That's the watch, and here it is. My immediate and spontaneous reactions are, this is a fine watch indeed. I mean, Citizen have been knocking it out of the park this past year. They've just produced fine watch after fine watch, and they're knocking it out of the park. I mean, the affordability, the quality, the look on those dials nowadays. I mean, Citizen, they really know what they're doing. And with this watch, I have to say the same. It is such a beautiful, beautiful watch. Let's zoom in a little there on that dial. Silver dial with black subdials We have a red second hand for the chronograph there. The date is at, I mean, it's almost at 5 o'clock, 4:30, just as on the speed timer there. But I must say it is, I mean, look at the visibility of that date right there, and look at the visibility of the speed timer. The speed timer chose to have a black background for the date there, and that actually makes the date a little less legible. But the Citizen, I mean, you can see it right away. And 3 subdials. The subdials also work as the power chargers for this watch. And we have the water resistance 200 meter there. Citizen Echo Drive. We have some plastics on the bracelet. I'm not gonna fully unbox this watch.
You sure about that?
I might actually send it back. This is an unboxing video, but it's also a make your choice video, because I am choosing between these guys. I feel like this might replace my speed timer. In the last couple of months, I have been feeling some kind of fatigue wearing the speed timer. It is a little bit big, it is a little bit hefty, and even though I like the heftiness of a watch, the feel that you have a watch on your wrist, some days, especially in the spring and summer when it gets a little bit warmer outside, you can feel the fatigue kicking in the afternoon or evening. So I might just choose this because this is a 39mm speed timer lookalike watch, and it looks fantastic. I mean, look at the pushers there. We have the Citizen logo on that crown, and it's a big and hefty crown. You can see the protrusion right there. It is almost a little too oversized, if you ask me. I mean, the crown on the speed timer is also big, but it's more wide, and this is a little bit more narrow, but it protrudes a little bit more from the case, which actually makes it nice and easy to spin. It was actually in the outer position there. Let's move the hour and minute hand away from everything. Yeah, it's simply hard to move them away so that you can see everything on the dial. They're gonna obscure something when it's a busy dial like this, and that dial is busy, but it is also wonderful and really good looking. I mean, I like the big hour hand and that sword minute hand there. I like that they gave the second hand some color, even though it, in my honest opinion, I would have preferred if the second hand was a little bit thicker, like on the speed timer. You can see the red is actually, the second hand is a little bit, it's really fairly thin on the tip, but it's a little bit thicker on the bottom there. On this Citizen, it's a little bit thinner all around, and we have the silver color on the bottom there, but it is beautiful. I would say that the Citizen is a bit more busy than the speed timer because of the bezel. We have a lot of information on that bezel, and we have a lot of markers there. It is a little bit more clean on the speed timer, but on the speed timer we have that black and gray thing going on with the colors. On the actual Citizen, it's only stainless steel, so it might look a little bit cleaner because of that, but it's a beautiful watch. I mean, I really like the look of this watch. It is the same look that you're looking for, the maybe, I mean, the Daytona kind of a look, but it is beautiful. We have some brushing on the sides there, paired with some polishing on those lugs, and then brushing again on the front of the lugs. The bracelet is all brushed from what I can see, but I know that it tricks you, because when you look at it at the watch from on top, you see that it's all brushed, but it is actually the lower parts of every link is polished, and that's kind of a new thing for me. I haven't seen that before, so that when you look at the watch from up there, it looks almost entirely brushed, but when you turn it around, you can see that polishing part of those links playing with the sun, and it is a beautiful effect, and making the polishing be on the lower part of the links, I hope will prevent it from getting a lot of scratches, I prefer brushed bracelets because I really don't like scratches on my watches. So I prefer the functionality of the brushing more than the look of the polishing. And then we actually have, I actually might remove this plastic. I have to do that to actually open up that clasp. Put that to the side. 3-fold clasp. You push it, it opens up, and this is actually pressed metal here. So that's kind of cheap. We only have 2 points of micro adjustments on that clasp, exactly as the thing that they give you with the speed timer. 2 points, but this is not a pressed metal clasp. This is actually a fully milled clasp. This is pressed metal, but it is a substantially cheaper watch, so I don't blame them for that. Back side of the watch looks like that. Citizen, some information. Sapphire crystal at this price point. I mean, Seiko don't do that, but Citizen, they do. Citizen, they give you that. It's a beautiful watch. Let's try it on my 20 centimeter wrist. Let's take the speed timer out for just a second. Try out this nice Citizen chronograph. There we go. There we go. That's what it looks like. 20 centimeter wrist. I think it looks gorgeous. I think it looks beautiful. I mean, come on. Citizen, what are you doing? You're ruining my bank account for this month. I'm heading into the summer. I usually want to have some money for vacations and stuff because I'm taking some free time from my new job, and we need that money. But I just could not stop myself from pulling the trigger on this one. It is such a beautiful watch, such a cool watch. But I don't know. Is it cool enough for me to replace the speed timer? This is kind of a funny thing. I don't know what I think about this or how this is going to be later on, but if you look at the bracelet here, and the bracelet has push pins at this price point. I mean, Citizen, even the speed timer has push pins, and it's almost twice the money. So yeah, but this, what's going on here? Look at this funny little thing. It's actually, I mean, the bracelet goes down nicely, and then you have that little metal thing there from the actual clasp pointing downwards. And when you lock the clasp in place, it looks like this. Maybe it is to compensate for the 3-fold part of the clasp that actually, you see, when you have a 3-fold clasp, it actually on one side it creates this little bump there. So you don't notice it when you wear a watch. I've never noticed it, but it creates a little bump there. Maybe this is to actually create the same bump that you have on that side, on this side as well, because I've never seen that in my life. Usually a 3-fold clasp looks like this. You have the bump on this side and you have nothing on this side. The bracelet actually just goes into the clasp. Sure, you have a little down, but yeah, but this is quite interesting. That's a funny little thing.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Anyway, first impressions of the watch, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful watch. And compared to the speed timer, yeah, what am I gonna say? It's far too early to say what I really think, but it's smaller. It feels lighter, but it feels like a high quality watch. I really like the date window there. You see the date far better than on the Seiko. I think that the Seiko might, just by looking at the hour markers and the size of them, that the loom is better on the Seiko. Loom is always great on a Seiko. And you see the hour markers on the Citizen are quite small and narrow, so loom might not be the best on this one. But on the other hand, the hour hand and the minute hand are substantially larger on the Citizen, so and that's what actually matters, that you have great loom on the hour and the minute hand, so it actually might win right there. Then we have the bezel. It's totally different. This is actually a friction bezel on the Citizen. You can move it around at will. It feels easy to move, but not flimsy, not like it won't stay in place. I think that this bezel actually might stay in place really good. It won't move on its own, I think. I think the thickness is on par with the Seiko. I mean, Seiko couldn't bother to stamp the crown, but Citizen did for half the price. This is a little bit more polished. You see the Seiko, it's a little bit more blingy just by looking at it, and not from the front but from the side. And the Citizen gives you more of that tool watch thing vibe, even though they did the thing with the polishing on those links. That's a cool thing. I really prefer the clasp on the Citizen. I've always thought that the clasp on the Seiko is not the right clasp for a watch like this. It's too small, makes the watch feel a little bit unbalanced when it's on the wrist. I like it's small and it looks elegant, but it's too small. I would have preferred a full clasp on this watch like the Citizen has. So even though this is a pressed clasp and we usually don't like those kinds of things, it is, in my opinion, better to have a full clasp than this small thing right there. Too bad on the only 2 points of micro adjustments. I'm questioning that thing. It's going to be interesting to see how that feels on wrist when wearing it for a while. But otherwise, I mean, what a great looking watch. What a great looking watch. Let's see if we can... I actually started the chronograph. Yeah, I have to reset it. There we go. Spins back like that. Nice little watch. The crown is not a screw-in crown, as it usually isn't on these types of solar-powered chronograph watches. Yeah, it is a beautiful watch. It's going to be a pleasure to spend some days with it and see if it's something that I will be replacing my Seiko with, or if the Seiko stays and the Citizen has to go back to the reseller. But let's talk about some specifications. Yeah, the Citizen Promaster Sky Navihawk. That's what it's called. Citizen Promaster Sky Navihawk. What a name. I told you about the reference number. It's CA4660-61A. And it's powered by the caliber B620. It's an Echo Drive movement, and Echo Drive means that it gets powered by all light sources. You can power it up by just leaving it out in the sun. You can power it up with a flashlight. You can power it up while you're in the bathroom and just taking a dump, and there's lights in the room and it actually gets powered up. That's really nice. It's an in-house movement from Citizen. It gives you an accuracy of +1 to 15 seconds a month. That's a month. That's what you get with a quartz watch. 270 days of power reserve when it's fully charged. It has a stopwatch function, date function, and a battery indicator on the actual dial. The dimensions of the Sky Navihawk are diameter 40 millimeters, thickness 13 millimeters, and the weight is 165 grams. This baffles me. This actually baffles me. I mean, you can't put the lug size in your specifications list on the website. Is that a hard thing to do? Or the distance from lug to lug, or the tapering of the bracelet? You can't put that information in there. But somehow you bothered to put gender in there. I mean, it's 2025. I mean, we have genders, but it's like people wear what they want today. I've seen male watches on women, and I've seen female watches on men. So you had the time to put gender male on this watch and could not give us the specifications and the details about the lug sizes and stuff. I do not get it. You think that a company has their finger on the pulse about what the customer wants, and I actually think that Citizen is one of those companies that constantly deliver what we want. But then somehow you still have to Google or find another video or actually measure yourself key components of the watch that you would like to have in the item description before you make that purchase. That's not logical in my eyes. I do not understand why they don't just, I mean, they produce the watch, they have all the information. Just give us the information on the website, in the specifications, everything, and we'll be happy. We have a sapphire crystal with AR coating. We have 200 meters of water resistance. It's all stainless steel. It's beautiful with attentions to detail, and it's a great watch with some great specs for a great price. That's it, guys. That's the unboxing. I hope you enjoyed it, and we got a little glimpse of a comparison between the Seiko and the Citizen here. I'm going to do a full comparison between these two watches. This was just the unboxing and the first impressions. I just had to throw in a little comparison components in there, but we're gonna save the big one for the next video. As usual, if you liked the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you did not like it, give me a thumbs down. Tell me what you didn't like in the comments, and I'll try to do better until the next one. And until I see you again, my friends, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.